Welcome back to the next book walkthrough. Now I have not went through this book like I did with the other one because there's nothing in here that is bad, I don't think, because I saw there's a lot of walkthroughs of this book, there's a lot of reviews of this book and the rest of his books in the series, but this is my first time having it, so I wanted to do one as well. Stay tuned because I have other art books that I'm going to show, even though it's going to be more of a walkthrough instead of a review, because I'm still learning how to take the information from those. I'm not going to butcher his name, y'all. I told y'all who he was so in the other video. So let's get into it, because this one is a lot. It's a pretty chunky book. So right off the bat, I believe this fisheye perspective. This is dope. Fisheye one, I don't know. That's what that looked like. I could be wrong. Here are everything that pertains in this book. Let's move on. We got some Ford instruction. Now, I don't know a lot about him, but I do know he knows what he's talking about. So right off the bat, this is basic. And I will tell you my initial thoughts of this book as we go is that it's very intimidating. There's a lot of reading in here, but I'm hoping that as I slowly approach this book, that I will be able to take my time and comprehend. I am going to look up and see if there's anyone who has broke some of this stuff down. Hopefully, maybe. I've only saw people give reviews, and obviously what I'm doing now, showing you some of the pages, but not necessarily showing you how to take the information and not get overwhelmed. But I think there is a lot of exercises in here. But I'm excited to get the rest of his books in the series. He has books on perspective 2, how to shot the form or the body. I think he has one on noir type of comic books, like the black and white movies. The best example was probably Frank Miller's Sin City movie and comic. So he has a book on how to do that as well, which I think is dope. So this is very technical, not as technical as that other book, and I can't think of the name of it right now. But y'all know what the one I'm talking about. It's very popular. So this is an example, and this is, I guess, how he broke this. He broke it down to this. Now, the reason why I went with him, this particular artist, instead of the other one is because he's a storyteller, and I want to tell stories. And so I thought this one would be a little bit more appropriate for what I'm trying to do. So I might get the other one at some point, but right now I just went with this one. This is my first perspective book, so I really love that shot. I wish I could have done this a little bit better, guys, but maybe when I come back and do a review, I'll have better setup equipment, so I won't have to have such a moving camera. But bear with me. Half of this stuff, I don't know what none of this stuff is. So, guys, I'll worry about that when I get to it, for real. But I'm going to figure it out. I know this is cutting into the box. I can tell because obviously that's cutting out. So this is what it takes, though, unfortunately. You got to put in that work. But I'm really hoping somebody made videos on how to break this stuff down. So there we go. If I'm going too fast, I do apologize. I really don't want this video to be over 10 minutes and we're here in 4 minutes. So if I'm going fast, I apologize. I really like that. That's dope. His art, man, is beautiful. I'm going to have to get some of his work because, man, this is just gorgeous. I'm trying to get it where you guys can maybe hopefully read some of it, but I apologize if you can't. I am literally standing over my table. Look at that breakdown. Look at that light and shadow breakdown. And then look at the finish. Man, that is so dope. So I guess this is the finished. So now we're getting into these cars. I guess this is before then when it's done, maybe. Gorgeous. And he even make the boring stuff look dope. That is so cool. Then this is his breakdown of it. So this is what it looks like when he's done. And then this is his construction underneath. And then we got a plane. And then he even goes into more detail about all of that. Or where the person stands, where we are in the scene. This is my first time going through all of this. I know I said I saw a little bit. I only saw a little bit of the video I watched because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Once I saw it, I was like, I'm just going to get it. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, I think this book is either $22 on Amazon or something like that. So I bought both of these books together. And I bought them the day before. Yeah, I bought them yesterday, actually. Sorry. And I got them today, this afternoon. So I didn't have to wait that long. Usually you have to wait 2-3 days. That is dope. Man. Then look here, look at this breakdown. Look at that. Man. That is so freaking cool. It's a top-down view. Then he goes into where to put this in. Was it 3-point perspective, I think? I'm looking through the camera, I can't tell. But it looks like that's what it is. I don't know. That looks shit though. Yeah, look at this one, looking up towards the character. And then we have number 7, planes. This covers a lot. I think his second volume of this goes even deeper. Again, sorry if I'm going fast. But this one might be a little bit over. I don't want to glare everything, but sorry about the glare. Look, now I have to pan out so y'all can see that. Look at that. Wow. That is really dope. The house. The water. And he even shows how he got to this. This is number 8. So I guess this is, I think we're getting into how to build wheels with cylinder construction. Cylinders are just awful. So here's the cylinder page to build wheels, guys. We ain't gonna get away from that. So that's cool. At least he left it for almost the end. And how to connect it to 1 point. We got a car, we got that. This book is definitely gonna go over. It's already 10 minutes in, so it is what it is. How to build a building out of cylinders. Are you kidding me? Look at that. And then look at the characters. Wow, that's insane. And look at that down there. Oh, this is dope. I'm just loving all his art pieces that's in here. This is going to get a little tricky here. So we at number 9. I don't have anything else to say. So I'll just go flip through these lands, guys. Here we are. I think I just skipped the page. Keep skipping the page. There we go. One hand trying to maneuver. So we have a land, freehand, and drawing and sketching. So we get some conversations about how to do that. Looks like these are some exercises. Trying to get it all for you guys, but this is the grid method. More exercises, cylinder exercises, animal breakdowns of a horse, how to put a person on there, notes on composition, looks like. And that is it. Talks about introducing the second book. That's the second book. That is it. Now, this is the book I was referring to, but this is all the other books in the series, and the rest of the books, if these are what you're interested in. There you go. This is the guy. Thank y'all for, and I appreciate y'all taking the time out to look at this video. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all for hanging out in Mary's Corner. And I'm out. Have a blessed